I don't know if I even introduced myself to you guys in there. I'm Jennifer. I am actually the PTA Council President. If we've not met, I'll be the one asking you questions. This is Liz. She's going to be timing for me. You guys will have 2 minutes to answer the question. We'll start from left. You'll go first. Next question, you'll go first, and so on. Okay? And everybody will have a chance to answer every question. Are you hearing me okay? Am I good? Okay. All right. We'll get started, guys. All right. Izara.
Yes.
All right. We'll start with you. Are you currently a member of a local PTA unit? And do you have you had a student enrolled in the St. Joseph Public School System?
Yes, I'm actually one of you. I'm part of the PTA, and I've been a proud member for about 3 years now. I'm very much involved, and I seek to get an executive position in the PTA. I have 2 kids in the district, ages 7 and 9. They attend Scape Elementary.
I am not currently a PTA member. I should be. I do have 2 kids in the district, one starting high school and one in elementary right now. So.
I do not have children in the district. And I am not a member of the PTA. We have recently moved back here from a life in the military. We began here, moved around and came back. So I'm looking forward to that.
I am also in the PTA. I have 3 kids, 9, 9, and 6 that go to Scape.
Question number 2. We'll start with Colby.
Okay.
How have you personally advocated for our students outside of running for the board?
I do a lot. I run a business and I hire a lot of employees or a lot of children in the district. But I work a lot with UCP, and I like to go talk to the high schools and get them involved and let them know that there are options for them if they don't decide to go to college or whatnot. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I decided to run last year. I just like doing that. It's fun. It gives kids the opportunity to know their value.
Now, advocating for students in other places, we have done foster care and have advocated in those schools where our foster children have attended. And some of our students were special needs, some of them were advanced students, but each one needed some advocacy, someone to advocate for them. So I'm looking forward to that. And looking forward to opportunities where I can, as the more I get to know more students.
I actually work with a lot of kids myself. I coach baseball, I coach track. I also run a tutoring session at different locations to where I can help kids get to college if they would like to, so they can know in their head they can do anything they want to do in life.
Well, as part of the PTA, we're always helping kids. I did help out with Skate Carnival, and also we did a red wheel drive. So we're always, putting our hands where we can. So I also work with Progressive Community Services, which, I know someone from here. And we work with kids with disabilities. So I translate for them, and it's always such an honor to be able to meet kids who need that extra assistance. And not only that, but be able to translate for their parents to make them know that they're safe and we're here to help. Also, I work at St. Patrick's Catholic Church, and we have confirmation class and first communion class. And I always assist with those with either printing, making sure that the teacher has everything that she needs, and sometimes even sitting there to make sure they're behaving.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Kim, we'll start with you on the next question. Let's see. What kind of relationship should the district, the board have with the community and with its parents and the families?
Oh, it should be an open, communicative relationship. We should be able to work with each other through like the city council that we have sat with before, and with parents in any way that this board can be transparent to let the community in to know what we're doing. And the board meetings are open to the community. And any opportunity we have with parents, whether it's through mentoring in the classroom, coming alongside the teacher as a helper for the day, for special programs, and for coaching. I like that idea that you are coaching there. So at any opportunity, we have to transfer information back and forth. The needs of the school, the needs of the student, the needs of the staff is really important. And that's an opportunity for the teachers and the parents to get to know each other, especially if their child needs extra help or incentives in the classroom.
Thank you. Thanks.
Just like he was just saying, the same thing, but except if we do from the school board to the city, things like that, get teachers involved more often, we can make a difference because kids do need valuable lessons and more teaching and more books and more just different agendas. Because if we don't help these kids, whether it be as parents, whether it be the teacher, whether it be the PTA, whatever, then they're not going to learn a lot of things.
Thank you.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I sure can. Let's see. What kind of relationship should the district, the board have with this community and also with its parents and its families?
I think that they should be partners. I know that our parents right now, they would love to volunteer, but the volunteering process can be kind of hectic. So they do have to pay for their own background checks, and that would discourage a lot of parents. So I would advocate for our school district providing cost-friendly background checks or even picking up that charge. Because if that way, when parents and teachers work together, it only assures the success of our students. So I would love to see us be partners instead of kind of just, and also I attended my kids' parent-teacher conference just yesterday. And one of the things that I did is I brought a little gift for my teachers, for the teachers that teach my students. And I didn't do it as in like, oh, look at me, but I think we need to start showing our appreciation to our teachers. We need to let them know that we're partners in this. That's why I brought the gift, because I was like, I don't care how much money I'm spending. Not only do you teach my child, but you deal with sometimes if she has a bad day or if he has a bad day. So I think we need to start appreciating them and really start looking at each other as partners.
I like the word partners.
Yeah.
No, it's good. We need to work together. Kim said open. It should be open there. I mean, I know there's certain conversations that have to be done behind closed doors, but everything else should be wide. Like, if it doesn't directly affect one individual person that can't be named, it should be open and out. It should be out there. There should be no reason why we can't do that. I think if we work together, not just parents and teachers, I mean, council members, we just talked about this earlier, council member, I mean, all of them coming together. It's our community, so we have to be open.
Very good, thank you. All right, James, it's your turn. Have you, as a community member, participated in a Vision Forward community engagement program? And if you have, what's your thoughts on the process, or if you haven't?
I have not. The only thing I have attended was the one at Bandanas and everything, but I think, like Mr. Kobe was saying, like, and Ms. Garcia and everybody was just saying, being open, because if we're all open and things like that, then we can make a difference.
So I have attended both Vision Forward meetings, and I plan on attending the last two, I think. There's one in March and one in April. And I think it's great. Anything that brings the community together and lets them express how they feel is a good thing. I would just like to see more diversity. I want more parents in there. I want to see my neighbor there. I want to see the person that I see at the store. I would like to see more of these programs being developed, and I can't wait to see the outcome of all this.
Can I go before her? Same thing. I've been to both. I've been to both. I plan on going to the next few also. I think it's a great opportunity. I know personally there's been so much negativity in the community about it, and I'm like, we got to accept, we got to listen and see where we can go with these things. I agree with her, more diversity. I think the group that was there, I think there was a lot of good people, a lot of teachers, but I want to see more parents coming from a lower income background. It would be nice to see these people that have that lower income, that they need to get involved also, and they need to see what can change. And we need to know their opinions and their ideas also. When it's a small group, which I know 150 people doesn't sound small, but it out of 70-some thousand people in St. Joe, that's a small group of people. So the more we can get, the more people we can get involved. And I keep, like I said, every time I see someone say something negative about it, I was like, we got to trust that it's going to have a positive outcome. Like I said, I've been to both. I've enjoyed my conversations I've had, and personally, I feel like they are listening to what we have to say. So.
I have been to both and have planned to do the last couple. I appreciate the information that we've been given and the opportunity to come together as community and educators. I think for me, I feel like there is a presupposed agenda. And I would rather that not be. And I know you're saying they're pretty good about listening, but I want to be assured that they listen, because there's a variety of attendees. And those who have great input from the community, I think I would like to be assured that those voices are heard, that we're just not feeding back the mantra that's being told to us. Now, however that sounds, I think it's invaluable to have community input, especially with parents. We have to figure out ways to encourage a greater variety from top to bottom of parental involvement. And perhaps that voice becomes louder as we grow. So I think I would just like the assurance that the community is heard, that parents are heard, and we're just not feeding back the information they want us to get.
Thank you. All right, Azara, I believe we're back up to you. If elected, what strengths will you bring to the board and what weaknesses?
So my strengths are that I am a mother. So I know how the policies that we vote on will directly impact the children and also moms like me. Another strength that I would bring is I'm a bookkeeper and an accountant at my church. So I'm wise when it comes to budgets. I'm wise when it comes to policies. But my greatest strength would be my support for our teachers and staff. I think that I would be the advocate for our teachers and staff, and I think it's overdue for us to show our support for them. My only weakness would be that I care too much. So there would be some policies that would be voted on that I would probably be somewhat upset if they affect either teacher pay or teacher plan time or anything like that.
I think a lot about my weaknesses and strengths, but some strengths. I mean, I run a business here in town, and so the financial side of things, I know it's on a larger scale, but understanding some of those fundamentals like that are a necessity. I think the biggest weakness is I've not been on a school board. I mean, there's a lot of learning involved, and there's lots of policies, and you could probably spend months reading them all and still not understand them all. But strength is getting out there and learning it. Like, I'm willing to take the time it's necessary to read what I need to read and learn what I need to learn. So, and I think that's what all of us are here. We're all new to this, so we're all gonna learn.
Mhm.
We're all gonna learn something new. Like I said, strengths, financial stuff like that. I think that could be a good thing for what we have in the future.
Kim?
Strengths. I have been a military wife for 28 years and have worked in school systems across the states and overseas. I have been paraprofessional, I've been a teacher, a substitute teacher, I've been a vice principal and a college professor. So it kind of runs the gamut. So it gives me knowledge about our educators and an awareness of the needs of those different capacities. So that's a strength I feel that I can bring to the board, an understanding of educators. A weakness would be, yeah, we are new to this, and I'm not a politician, so I won't be very good at that, at being political. A strength is I have a heart, a passion for our students and the teachers. They need a community that comes alongside them, and one who tries to understand and meet the needs in the classroom and outside of the classroom, whether it's monetary or assistance. A weakness would probably just be lack of knowledge in this particular environment. So educating myself for this particular school system would be a great need on my part.
James?
My strength, being a father of 3, being a Christian, just trying to do what's best for my community and for my schools. Being weakness is not trying to fail would be a weakness that I couldn't live with.
Colby? How would you handle the request if approached by an individual or a special interest group?
How would I handle?
How would you handle a request if approached by an individual or a special interest group?
I would hope they're not requesting me to do something unethical. First off, I'm going to listen to everyone. I'm going to see what their concerns and their needs are, but I'm not going to put myself into a particular mind frame for one group. That's not right. To me, that's unethical. It's about everyone. So when they would come to me, I'm going to listen. I'm going to communicate what I feel about that situation, and hopefully we can come to an understanding. And if it's something that needs to be involved, get the whole entire board together, get the district together, and this is how it is.
I'm in agreement. That's just, it's unethical. And I couldn't do it. Even to listen, I'm afraid that I would have difficulty rationalizing that. And I would tell, okay, I have a special interest group coming to me. They're wanting information or want to do something. I just couldn't.
James?
I would have to agree with my two colleagues over here. The same thing, but at the same time, if somebody came to me or whatever, I would have to be like, it's not up to me, it's about the board members at the same time, because we're all in one group. So in order for me to say something, everybody that's in that group that's with me, my board members, we have to agree at the same thing, because with the majority of it, we all can say yes, we all can say no. It's got to take all of us in order for us to agree on something.
So I would direct them to the right place. So if an individual comes and talks to me, then I would, whether it be them having a concern with their teacher, direct them to the administration. Or if an organization comes and wants to talk to me, I would direct them to our communications director. So all of these professionals are there to handle these issues. We are just here to oversee that everything's working good. So I would direct them to the right place.
All right, Kim. If elected, sorry, wrong one. Do you have sufficient time, energy to devote to this position?
That's a resounding yes. Because my husband and I have retired. I'm a therapist by trade also. And we had some doors have just opened for us to retire, to be a part of this community. So our time slots are ready to be filled to serve the community. I think God calls us to serve and to minister in ways that he calls us to. So it's almost like, I can't wait. You know, if it's not here, it's going to be something, and I'm praying that it's here. But I think I look at it as a ministry. And it would get all my time, whatever I can devote to.
Being a resident of this community, I would agree with you. Because at the same time, I'm also fulfilled with the things that I do. I want to be able to feel everything that I can. Because if I don't fulfill everything, then what's left?
I would say yes. So I like to say that people make time for the things that they care about. And I care about our public schools. So I would definitely be all in. I also volunteer and I work and I am a mom, but I find a way to make that work. And not only that, but I feel like everyone, all of my my jobs, and also the parent that I co-parent with, the father of my kids, he's very helpful. Not only that, but I also know from campaigning, I don't know about you guys, but since I started in December, it's been nonstop. And I found a way to do that because I care about it. And I know once I'm on the board, it won't be that hectic and I'm going to make time for it, and it's a priority for me.
Thank you.
I would say yes. I definitely feel like I can manage that time and I'm not going to say I can be on every committee that the board has, but I mean, I run a business. I have scouts with kids. Daughters track, I mean, you have to balance it correctly. And I feel there's plenty of time in the day to get it done. If one less Netflix show I watch that night. But I think the dedication definitely can be there from anyone. Her being retired, she may have more time to dedicate a little more for more different aspects in it. But I definitely feel that there's strength in me to handle those situations and make sure I'm confident enough that I would be able to handle those situations, even if something slaps me in the face all of a sudden one day. But no, there's definitely, it is definitely something I wouldn't be running if I didn't feel confident that I had the time and energy to make it happen.
Thank you. All right. James, this one's for you. What qualities, behaviors, should a board member exhibit?
Can you repeat that again, Ms. Kern?
What qualities and behaviors should a board member exhibit?
That's what's up. I mean, in my personal opinion, that I don't know how to explain. Like something like I think we all need to be equal. I mean, to be honest with you, if you have one person on the board who doesn't want to accept the terms of acknowledgements and things, or whatever we are talking about, I mean, we should be able to not just respect that, but also be into an agreement with that. So I think that we all should be on the same page and the same, because we're a team. That's how I see things.
So I believe a board member should have integrity, compassion, and honesty. And that's actually what I bring to the table. I usually tend to bring out the best in people around me. And I also think that it's the board member's job to be the biggest cheerleader for our public schools.
Please make me go after her. No, I mean, honesty, integrity, I mean, being ethical about situations. I mean, it's pretty much it. I mean, if you live a shady, deceitful life, I mean, that's not the quality a board member should have. So open, honest, cheerleader, like I like that. We're here for those reasons. We're here to support the students, teachers, all that. And so open, honest communication, all that good stuff.
Integrity for me is huge. Integrity, honesty, transparency, being willing to work with others, and I think that's what you said. And being able to set ourselves aside and choose what's best as a group and what's best for the school systems. So don't carry our own agenda, but be willing to work with each other. But certainly after our history, to be a group of people with integrity and transparency.
I have one more for you guys, okay?
Okay.
So with Sarah. As you all know, there are currently many bills being proposed regarding vouchers in charter schools. What are your thoughts on the vouchers in charter schools?
So I think if we have good public education, good public schools, there's no need for charter schools. I think charter schools come in once our public schools are failing. So if we ensure that our public schools are in good condition, we don't have a need for charter schools. I would have to have a little bit more research on vouchers.
Do a little more researching in that also. But yeah, if we have quality public education, there shouldn't be any reason for that. I know I've had people in my personal life ask me about those things, and you got to sit there and think about it and weigh the options on it. But if our district is performing well, there's no reason that we should have that. So another district might have a different opinion, you know, other people in other communities, other districts might have a different opinion on that. But as long as we can maintain quality public education, there shouldn't be any need for it.
I do think that's the sticky point, is if it's quality at every school, then there wouldn't be a need for that. But I think it is a parent's prerogative, if that's not the case, to be able to send the child where the parent thinks it's best for that child. There may be a school across town that better meets the needs of that special child, who maybe perhaps needs greater care or smaller interaction, but a teacher with 5 students instead of a teacher with 22 students. So I think that's valuable to be able to, wow, my student needs just extra attention. So perhaps that is available. So I think under those conditions as well, or a student who excels in particular subjects, a STEM program, that this school offers it, but this other one doesn't, to be able to send their child who excels in those STEM programs should have that opportunity. But I do think that schools across the board in in every area of St. Joe should be able to offer a good education for all students. But I do know there will be a need for those specialties for some particular students, and I think that should be the parents' prerogative.
Just like you were saying, or in different schools, in different communities, whatever, but you have kids who, and I can put this as an example, who have a disability. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of students who have a disability. Now, they should be treated just like any other student. I mean, that's how I see it. Because if you're treating a normal student from a disability, a student who is not the same as a normal student, then what are we doing? What are we doing to our district? What are we doing to our schools? And I'll make this a prime example. I've been in one of the kids who are disability, who are in a special class. Because I was in a special class. And I feel that I was never treated the same way. But when I was living in St. Joe School District, they gave me the same thing just like every other student. And that's to treat them the same way.
All right, guys, I am out of questions. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good luck to all of you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
There's a lot of PTA people here. If you
Yeah.
have any questions too for us.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm the
you.
odd one out. I need to get involved in PTA.
Yeah.